Meanwhile, in Tupac news,
The shooting of Tupac Shakur once again underscores the violence that has surrounded this man since he shot the superstar.
People pulled up, opened fire. Shakur and Knight.
Tupac Shakur was shot several times in the chest. Shakur was pronounced dead.
MAKAVELI in this Illuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot. Feel me? Let's be honest, you a punk or you would see me with gloves. Remember that shit you said, the vibe about me being a thug? In the first issue, read it, Vibe viewers. Nobody seen shit. The fourth issue, when they came back with a reply, everybody knew what I did, they knew what I said. And you can tell the people you roll with whatever you want, but you and I know what's going on. What it is that the East Coast drug dealers got them niggas under extortion. I came and fucked up everything. Puffy getting robbed like a bitch. To hide that fact, he did some shitty shit to did, so we riding for that. Like this, the niggas in the Daily News, they put a hit out on me. When a nigga tried to rob me, which is all they wanted to do, I knew what they told me. Payback, I knew you bitch niggas from way back. Witness me strapped with Max, knew I wouldn't play that.
Only Gab can do it like this. The big payback. I knew you from way back. Witness me strapped with Max, knew I wouldn't play that. Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. And this is MAKAVELI Media. Against All Odds, Part 3. Tupac versus Puff Daddy. Man, how y'all doing tonight, man? Hope all is well. Glad to see you guys enjoying this series. I'm enjoying it. Ain't nothing like when you having fun doing something. You know what I mean? You're not even working. You're just enjoying yourself. Wise man once said, if you enjoy what you're doing, then it ain't work at all. And that's facts. Stone cold facts with a Z, like I leave in the comments section. The big payback. I knew you from way back. Yes. Pac, Puff, Big, they all knew each other. Stretch. You know what I mean? All hung out at one point in time. I know you heard Tupac say, you can tell the people you roll with whatever you want. Referring to that Vive interview that Bad Boy did when they decided to speak up openly about the accusations that may have or may not involve them directly with the Qaud studio shooting of Tupac Shakur. You know, Puffy said a lot of little slick stuff in there. You know, some unnecessary stuff. He could have just said, no, we would never do that to Pac. We love the brother Tupac. Why would we want to hurt Pac? But he went out his way to insinuate that Tupac's thug persona was all manufactured. Because once again, they did know each other. So Puffy made it seem like Pac wasn't who he wants the world to believe he is. And of course, the Don was very upset about that. The Don was ticked off. So once again, they added more gasoline to the fire that they could have put out. So much easier to diffuse the situation than it is to escalate one. But for some reason, people choose, to escalate situations that could have been prevented. So that right there was insult to injury. You got an individual that believes that you are directly involved in, something that happened, that took place that really, was detrimental towards them, and then you don't help your situation by insulting them. You know what I mean? The other part of this situation was Tupac exposing the hip hop crime element to the masses. I hate to say it, but drug dealers and hustlers always hung around entertainers and sports figures. It's been that way from the conception of entertainment. It was always mobsters behind the scenes. A lot of things start with dirty money. I can attest to that firsthand. When I was doing my thing on the music scene, I had a dude offer me $100,000 to do a music video. And this guy ain't working a pie factory. You know what I mean? I knew his family. I got a lot of respect for the brother. I actually love the brother. That's my man. But it's gonna give me $100,000 for a music video. I'm like, whoa. An independent music video at that. You know, but I never forget what I hear people say. I heard him say that he treat rappers like toys. And him and the other hustlers, you know what I mean? They call each other up like, yo, I hear you got a new toy over there, you know what I mean? He ain't nicer than my toy. Let's make them beef. It's fun of them, you know what I mean? It's fun of them. And that's universal. So to hear Tupac say that Puffy and the East Coast rappers was getting extorted, you hear Pac say Puffy getting robbed to hide that fact. He did some things he shouldn't have did, so we riding for that. We riding for that. Yeah, that's universal. You know, I heard Tupac say one time that Biggie sent a message to him and said, yo, they was just trying to take your chain. Like basically, why you ain't just give it to him? Pac was like, hell no, I ain't giving him nothing. But that's, after a while, victims get used to being victimized. You know what I mean? It was normal activity, I guess, for, a hustler or going to come up and put his hands in his pocket. I'm not saying that's how Biggie was living, but, one would assume that was going on based off of the information that Tupac provided. Tupac's comments rocked the boat. They couldn't have no rapper define them because it's going to make them look bad in front of the other rappers that they trying to intimidate. So they felt like Tupac had to be disciplined. And that's what happened. There's no other way to put it. They was trying to take Pac jewelry, and Pac spun around like Clint Eastwood. He's about to pull a hammer out. It was about to be hammer time. He wasn't going for it. And, they wanted to send a message not only to him, but to other rappers that might want to get brave. Yeah. Now, Tupac did this in a public platform. I don't remember if it was in the newspaper, was it on television, but you heard Tupac say, he exposed them publicly and they put a hit on him. And this is prior to the Qaud studio shooting. So it's so many different layers to this story that is unbelievable. So many different layers on so many different levels. You have a personal level, you have a business level, you have an entertainment level, and you have the street level. And against all odds is the perfect depiction of all the moving parts in the whirlwind of Tupac Shakur's life at this point in time. It's a very, very riveting and a very telling song in those regards. But the Tupac and Puffy element is very deep and very complicated because Puff Daddy very much so wanted Tupac to be a part of Bad Boy Records. And Puffy was under immense pressure because Puffy promised that he could land Tupac to some very important, heavy-hitting people behind the scenes. He promised that he could, have Tupac in his catalog. And when he couldn't come through, it was a chain reaction. And Tupac's, visit to New York at this point in time was all relegated to him in the bad boy circle. Once again, the different elements, whether it was associates, whether it was goons that hung around, whether it was hustlers, whether it was other artists, whether it was friends of the artists, the convoy, the company, the circle was all bad boy related. And that's why Tupac held them guys accountable. That's why Pac said, I should have meant more to y'all than just y'all to turn y'all back and knew I was about to get my head blown off. You know what I mean? Because we got a history. You know these guys, and I'm with you. You heard Cat Williams said on that third Friday, "This your party." When the big dude Damon was trying to get with him, he told Ice Cube, "You invited me to this party." You know what I mean? I'm with you. These your people. You know what I mean? And that's the real reason Pac was so upset. Because I just spelled it out. Everybody was connected to Bad Boy some way, shape, or form. So, he held Bad Boy accountable. It's just, oh, man, Pac said his mouth, man. He said, my big mouth. You remember you heard him say that? Yeah, we're going to get into something else he said in regards to that in this same song. And all the real Tupac fans know exactly what it is. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed part 3. Part 4 up next, y'all. This your homie Gab. I need y'all to share and like this video. Put it out there for me. I'm signing off. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.
I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows.